I was going to bring it back to the conversation that we've been talking about for years now. There's only three reasons why a fighter loses fights. And so you think about that young man that was in that ring.
Yeah.
Look how many boxes he can check.
Yeah.
On that list.
Yeah.
And
So
confidence. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you those three real quick. Give
Let's
me 15 seconds. Number one, the first reason why fighters lose is incompetence in the corner, meaning lack thereof skill or the ability to make adjustments. That's one. Number two, lifestyle. Eating too much out of your weight class, lifting weights in a way that you mass up too much and you don't know the balance between weight training and boxing training. So you get too big too fast and you're fighting out of the right weight class.
Yep.
Eating your way out, having the wrong life partners, having the wrong circle. Your lifestyle will impact you, and that's another reason why fighters lose. Third, EQ, emotional intelligence, when you make impulsive decisions instead of calculated ones.
Yep.
Playing checkers instead of chess and getting clipped. And that's another of the top three reasons that fighters lose. Now, what we witnessed on Saturday night, it fell up under number one, and that is the lack of confidence in the corner, knowing how to train their fighter in the sparring training camp. That was deer in headlights. That wasn't overwhelm.
Yeah.
And when you got deer in headlights, what happens is overwhelm. So the root cause of it is the lack there of the proper training. Because he was, like I said, the reason why that kind of stuff happens is because he's dominating everybody in sparring. So he's not going through the trenches. When you got a guy who's in a place where they can go through the trenches, then that's where you can actually prepare yourself for battle. You can prepare yourself for whatever comes. You can be in a situation going up against an Evander Holyfield if you're Iron Mike Tyson.
Right.
And when he starts to shove you back, headbutt you've gone through these kind of sparring scenarios and situational training methods to prepare you for a battle.
So let me ask you this. If you are Lima 2 days post-fight, what decisions should you be making?
You got to go back to the drawing board, and the drawing board is checking off the boxes just like a company like Apple would do, just like Google would do, just like the bigger companies like Amazon.
You are a company.
If you mess up, you got to find what we call, when you go back and do a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And if you have not checked all those boxes, you got to find out where that slippage was, make the adjustments. You don't have to kick anyone out of camp, but what you need to do is add to the problem, add to the solution, and then implement. Because you can't go back and look at something that you did wrong that fight and think you can make an adjustment. There's a bigger problem going on in your camp, and it's all about eyeballs and understanding application to training.
Yep.
And you can say, I know what I'm doing. You know what you're doing, but you don't understand the actual science that goes behind the eyebrows when getting that kind of training skill set into a fighter. That takes experiences.
That hardwiring is a completely different level and application.
And you cannot tell if it's not happening before the fight happens, because you're so confident in the fighter and what they've done in camp. But has that guy been in a situation in camp where he had to really figure things out and his brain aligned with his nervous system and understood the formula to get out of that situation?
Yep.
Is that a case? Did he get knocked down? Did he get cut? Was he swole up? Did he look with one eye?
Yeah.
Did he go through those situations? Did you hit him in the low below the belt on purpose? Did you hammer him on the thighs, breaking him down with 6 different sparring partners in a 12-round sparring training session? Did you do the things that will put him in duress and make him figure it out, make him make adjustments himself, because it's intuitive?
Yeah.
These are intangible stuff.
No, I was going to say another thing that we speak to a lot is blind spots. We're really quick to talk about the blind spots of a fighter, but coaches have them too.
Yes.
For sure.
And the lack there of experiences for coaches cause them to have to learn things the hard way. And the person that pays the price is the fighter's record and the direction of his career. And especially if you have not built your own individual personal brand, period.
If you are bulletproof. Yeah.
Jake Paul can lose, Ryan Garcia can lose, Canelo can lose, and their life doesn't change. If anything, it may even go higher.
Right.
And that's the power of discovering your brand and discovering what your brand identity is, and then servicing that to the people. They don't just simply see you for fighting, they see you as someone that they can see a reflection of themselves, and they're living their lives through you.
Yep.
And therefore, it doesn't matter what mistakes you make, because as human beings, we make mistakes all the time.
Yep.
There are no perfect people. So why do you have to have a perfect record?
Yep. And that's why promoters really gravitate towards those fighters that have that brand, because they see you bring more to the table than just what you can do between those ropes.
2 years ago, I said the biggest cards are going to be filled with YouTube fighters.
Yep.
And that's 2 years ago.
Look
I
at
said 3 years that the biggest cards are going to be filled with YouTube fighters. Jake Paul is the biggest card. He's been the biggest card twice in 1 year.
Yeah.
108 million views the first time. And it's to be noted what's happening the next time. And doing some work with the MVP team a couple of weeks ago, we learned that, you know, they understand the importance of having that presence in your social media. And then we watched Aiden Ross,
Yep.
his fight card a week ago.
Yep.
And
Yep.
there was a tremendous card of people who are inspired, they are focused, they understand opportunity. And guess what? They're going to make more money because more people know them, so they can fill an arena or they can attract eyes to the actual event. And so that's
right.
the importance. You got to do more than skills.
It's the business, guys.
You got to do more than
Business.
skills.
Mhm.
And as we say, Roy Jones mentioned, he said, when you talk about fighting, and when I talked to Jake Paul at the press conference, he's like, the harder thing to do isn't boxing. I can box. It's when you box and promote. Conor McGregor said the exact
Yep.
same thing. He said, boxing is easy. Promoting is easy. When you have to do them both at the same time is what makes it challenging. But guess what? You got to get up for the challenge, because the payoff is exponential. Who wouldn't want to have the bank account of Conor McGregor or Jake Paul? I don't care what you think about him, but Mike Tyson thanked them after they got that fight.
Yep.
And the reason why is because money doesn't come around that seriously like that in boxing unless you are a big time name brand like Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. And these are the more important things. But, you know, back to the discussion. When you do get that opportunity, if you have not built a big brand name in boxing, you got to win. You got to win, and you can't afford to lose.
Convincingly, yeah, convincingly you got to win.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
these individuals that are in this place, in this space, you got to make sure no matter what you do, that you do not allow mistakes like that to even enter your camp. You have to know that you have a checklist of things that could possibly happen, and then understand the person that has the experience
Yep.
to say, you haven't done this to its full entirety. You
That's
haven't
right.
completed this training. You haven't done this enough. You haven't brought the right people in. Let's make that adjustment so no one loses their job. That's the bottom line.
That's true. I mean, it's one of those things that right now, being in the sport, the way it has evolved is your competition isn't just the person that's in the ring with you. It's everybody else that's out there on social media and is building brands. These people crossing over from other sports, the whole bit. So it's just not one faceted. You know, it's having the whole entire package to get those optimal opportunities.
So if you're transitioning to the pros, amateurs, I'm gonna tell you right this, and your coach need to listen as well, because
As a
this is
coach.
what I've done. I've done this for 4 decades. I don't care if you listen or not. I'm telling you, if you don't listen, you're gonna be in trouble. Facts. Because we've already approached the 3-year point where I said 3 years ago that everybody who's on YouTube with channels that got size is going to be the ones that rock this. But if you're in transitioning to the pros, out of the amateurs, or if you didn't have an amateur career, one of the number one things you better focus on is when you're training, you better understand how to tell a story. You better understand how to train with your people who are actually on your page. You better understand that you better start posting and sharing your story, experiences that you're going through. You don't have to let nobody see you training, but what you do have to do is let them see if they are one of the people that fit amongst your tribe, and vice versa. Because transparency is king.
Yep,
So if you
bring-
got a problem with that and you have trouble learning how to do that, then make sure you say that, so someone can actually step up to the plate. And if we had a guide, isn't that social media takeover guide? Isn't that
Yeah,
cool?
yeah, we still have that, and it's phenomenal. It puts your head in the right place of how to go about building your brand,
Yeah.
how to speak into who you are, how to bring people into your life and build that audience and build that tribe, like Coaches is saying.
Yeah.
Your vibe attracts your tribe.
Period.
Those are the people that are going to show up for you. They're
Yeah.
people that are going to share your content and multiply the work that you put into your content.
Yeah. Because it's good to be a guy who don't have to worry about winning and losing in boxing. But here, I'm going to leave you with this.
Mindset Monday. So
If you don't know how to really do the camera and it's been a hard thing, or if you know you can do it, but you just haven't gotten the repetitions, then just stay encouraged and follow this channel for more. And if you know you want to do it a little bit more, we have a membership portal where we're putting the kind of instructional content to show you how to show up on camera, how to speak directly, understand those things like hooking people into your conversation like we have done here right now at the beach, chilling. We just hung with Ghost from
Power.
Mm-hmm. and talked with him, and just understanding that when you get that, it works anywhere. It works everywhere, and it works with all people. So just make sure that you don't let yourself be out there on Quiz Street just trying to figure it out and keep saying, I'm gonna, but get your ass to it. Stop bullshitting and get after it, because the door's open for us everywhere. We're total VIP, all access everywhere we go, everything we attend. And it's because I was able to say, I'm here.
Yeah.
Who's my tribe? And if you're not my tribe, you can sit around and hate, but that's cool, because it's a view, it's a like, or it's a hate comment, and it creates traction and it creates opportunity, because all people look at as your metrics. How much are you impacting the people that you're watching, or people that are watching you? How much are you actually helping and serving them? So look, that's all I got, man. I'm about to shut up. Peace out. Holla at your boy.